Hello there guys, Francis Gray here, and today I've got a new model to show you all. This is the classic styrene plastic model kit, the Guillotine. I believe it was originally made by Aurora, a company called Aurora, then it was later reissued via another company called Polar Lights. This version is the Polar Lights version. Features a victim about to have his head chopped off with the classic guillotine design. I believe the guillotine, or this version of the guillotine, was mainly used between the 17th and 18th century. I believe it was mainly in France. This styrene kit comes in a multitude of parts, and then once built, it's 9.5 inches tall by 9 inches wide. Features the obviously the victim in the stocks. Then you have this little wicker basket that catches the head. You obviously have the blade itself, which comes straight down. You've also got this lever here, which keeps the guillotine in place, and then that's moved via this rope here. Then the stocks themselves, they lift up in place, and then this part here pushes in to keep it in place. So you obviously load your victim in, because this part here comes out here. So I'll see if I can show you that actually. So this part comes out and it swings up. So you put your victim on, you load him on, you push him up, his head goes in the stocks, and then you pull that back, and then you load down the stocks to keep his head in place, and then you untie this rope. You untie this rope first, which then you move this down, so this is free to move. Then you unwrap that, let go, and then the blade comes straight down and then chops off the head. Head falls in the basket. So it's a fun toy, I suppose. Plenty of people I talked to said that they had this when they were kids and they played with it non-stop. So yeah, you can get toys like you used to, I suppose. Features a tiny little nameplate here that goes in the front and just says Guillotine, but you don't really see it unless you go looking for it, I'm afraid. The only custom work that I made on this was I added some like gravel on the floor. That's basically just I believe it's called ballast from Hobby Railways. You know, the stuff that they put on in between the railway tracks. It's basically just that, but you can use it as gravel as well. So I just basically added the base, this part here. Then I added PVA glue on the inside and on the outside. Added the ballast on the side, let it dry, went back over with watered down PVA. That helped keep it in place. I removed any parts that were like protruding over the sides, so it was a nice flush finish on the base. And then went over with different shades of grey, starting with a dark grey, then a medium grey, and then I finished dry brushing a light grey, a mushroom grey, over the top to just add all the highlights of all the gravel. So since posting photos of this online, that has been the most talking point. Everybody's been messaging me saying that was a great idea and they wish that they thought of that when they built theirs, and they might deconstruct theirs and add that, and add that same feature. So it really makes it come alive. The actual model itself is quite tricky to build. It's quite simplistic, but it's also quite tricky. My main advice is go ahead and construct this part here to the base. That's fine. When it comes to this part here, I built mine in 2 stages. So I basically built it up So it would so one, like this strut here would be attached to this side, but this strut here would be attached to this side, and the same goes for the one in the middle. And then I basically just painted it separately, because if you wanted to dry brush this or paint this, it would be a nightmare to get in there. So me myself, I painted them first, then dry brushed a lighter one brown, like one wood colour, then glued it together and then glued that to the base. Same with these parts here. I painted them on the inside as well as the outside and then secured them on, and same with everything else. So like this part that holds the basket, even though you never see it, it's painted underside as well, so you never see it, but you know, I just painted it because it was easier to paint it and glue it than it is to stick it on then glue. So yeah, so it is a fun kit. The victim, I just painted him up simplistic colours. I wanted to get across that he's probably more like a pauper, I suppose, or just a general guy, rather than they are giving him like a metallic blue shirt or blue pants. And I know they killed nobility as well with this, but I just kind of like that it could have been just anybody. So I basically just kept him like a dark green top, and then I just added like the same colour brown, like a dark brown for dry brushed lighter brown for the shoes, the trousers, and then obviously a similar brown for the hair. And then the only other colour is a mushroom grey for the socks, because I thought obviously if it's going to be 17th, 18th century, they're not going to be bright white, are they? So that's more of a mushroom grey. Yeah, and then after painting the skin tones, I just used what was left, this excess rope / string that they give you, and then I wrapped it around his arms to make him look like he's bound in place. Otherwise it would make no sense why he's just in that pose going along with his execution. So yeah, so I'll knock the head off just to show you. So the head obviously falls in the basket, and the head's just held in place via a pin. Now with mine, I decided to cut the pin shorter, so it's only a few millimeters. Still sticks in the head fine, stays in the head fine, but it's easier to cut off when the blade comes down. Obviously kept it all as bloody and realistic as possible. I didn't just make it all like a bright red. I basically started off with a red, then I added like a brown watercolor, black watercolor, sorry, over the top, which basically just makes it look like it's stale blood and like stains that they've tried to clean but they can't clean it fully, and just gets across so it's a bit dirty and grimy. Left that to dry and then went over with a gloss varnish for a nice shiny look. So it's obviously fresh blood as well as matted old blood. Added it to the blade, added some splatter as well on both sides of the blade. Added blood to the stocks, obviously down here, and then obviously the floor itself, and then accumulated in the basket. So I've got fresh blood here, but then I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but I didn't put gloss all the way around, because I wanted to make it look like it's been dried blood in there where they've done it before. So you might see the difference there. So you got basket, dry blood, and then fresh blood at the bottom. So yeah, it's just a nice little Easter egg if you go looking. I'll pop him back in there. So yeah, so I really enjoyed this. Here's a quick video of the blade in action. So as you can see there, it all works really nice. My only critique, if I could go back and build this again, The only difference I would do would be I'd add a weight to the blade, because sometimes, because I painted on the inside of the runners of these, this part sometimes goes halfway down and then sticks, because I think it's a little bit heavier on this side than it is on that side. So it wants to pull to the right, and sometimes it gets stuck halfway, and then you got to pull up and then try again. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So if I had my chance again, I would add a little weight into the centre of here, so when you let go, it falls faster. So yeah, the only other option is to not paint the inside, so it's got a smooth run. But it's the second you turn it to an angle, you'll see that it's not painted and it'll stand out like a sore thumb. So myself, I'd rather keep it semi-practical rather than, but it looks right, rather than 100% practical, but it doesn't look right. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to click the like button and share on Facebook and Twitter, because it helps new people find my channel, which I'm always appreciative of. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe for future model kit builds and statue reviews and hobby tips, etc. And nothing else to say but thank you for watching, and see you next time. Thank you very much. Goodbye.